Bears are I think we're good debriefing week 3, right? We get it. The Browns are uninspired and Daniel Jones is Joe Montana. I want your biggest storylines for week 4 as you look ahead. I'll start with you.
I'm looking forward to seeing Lamar and Baker go head-to-head. Both of these guys have questions, especially Lamar after last week. We saw the athleticism, pushing the ball downfield, very inconsistent against the Chiefs. Would have actually had a chance to win that game if he could have hit some of those passes. Then Baker and Freddie Kitchens, and what is this offensive identity that the Cleveland Browns are going to try to establish against a Baltimore Ravens defense that's very good? Imagine if the Browns are 1-3 after this game, which is very possible, and you look at the schedule going forward for them, it doesn't get any easier based on all the expectations that were preseason-wise. So I'll be interested to see what the conversation shifts to if the Ravens get a W or vice versa. If the Browns get a W, how much it revolves around Lamar and his development, because when he plays well, the Ravens are a handful.
Yeah, I mean, for Cleveland this week, obviously it's been hot, right? It's a lot of conversation coming off the Sunday night football game and what's their coach doing, certainly in situational football. Like, I like Cleveland, though, right now in this game. I feel like this week's going to kind of galvanize them a little bit. Listen, the Baltimore Ravens defense is good, but it's not what it has been in the past. We saw Arizona going up and down the field against them a little bit, and we saw it last week, obviously, with Mahomes. So it's going to give the Browns an offense an opportunity to have a good week and feel good about what you're doing. I would say this. Last week, we might have another blueprint scenario with this Baltimore Raven offense because Kansas City got up in the face of Hollywood Brown and put hands on him at the line of scrimmage, and the ball never went down the field. And we saw last year in the playoffs, the Chargers played a different style of defense against the Baltimore Raven offense, and it slowed it down. And it happened a little bit last week. If you don't give Hollywood Brown cushion at the line of scrimmage, not only give him easy throws on access, but also the ability to run down the football field, this offense slows down a little bit, and it becomes less scary, less explosive. And I expect Cleveland, if Denzel Ward is healthy and Greedy Williams is healthy, get up on Hollywood Brown and put hands on him and make Lamar find other people all game and not the big plays.
To be fair, every time we show a Ravens highlight, it's against the Dolphins in week 1. So we really haven't.
Well, listen, what Dan is saying is very real, but there are times when Hollywood beats that coverage immediately, and Lamar needs to be
find him
on time with what he's doing as well.
Dan, give me your storyline that you're watching.
Yeah, there's a sneaky team in Northern New York that's going to challenge the defending Super Bowl champs, and that's the Buffalo Bills. No, so listen, this is why. Their defense is outstanding. So their defense does a couple things really well. One, changes coverage at the snap really good. Well, they'll make you look at something and then not see it. Two, they got a really good pass rush. They can get after the quarterback. And New England's offensive line has not been great this year, whether it's in pass pro or in the run game. And so this is a team that can make you one-dimensional defensively. They will make you one-dimensional. The Patriots just had to put their fullback on IR, James Devlin, who's a massive piece of their offense. So now Brady's going to have to drop back and throw it a little bit. This pass rush can get home. They can play coverage with their linebackers, and they've got a young corner, Tre'Davious White, who's as good in man coverage as anyone right now in the NFL. So because of their defense, now listen, their offense ain't going to go light on the scoreboard this weekend, but because of their defense, I honestly think that they can challenge New England this weekend.
What did he just say?
Thank you.
He's all in.
He's all in. Like Rex Ryan would tell you, they've had a pretty good defense in Buffalo.
I don't want to disrespect what they have done defensively, because you are right. The biggest issue for me is Harrison Phillips being out. Now Star Latui comes in at defensive tackle. But with that being said, I don't even know if Tom Brady needs an offensive line as fast as they get rid of the football. My biggest issue is Edelman. That's the one that could really hurt them and hinder them against a defense that can't rush the passer. But maybe I'll change, but after seeing what the Patriots do offensively, Dan,
it's going to be a slugfest, though. And the Patriots' defense is ridiculous right now. But Baltimore can match it. And again, there's some pieces in New England that are missing right now. And I know we just expect them to never not skip a beat. Yeah. But when you're playing a team that can, but you're playing a team that can rush the quarterback. Yeah. You're playing a team that at linebacker can play coverage against those backs. And then you're playing a team on the back end that can change their coverages, that can pressure you and play man coverage.
A little history on what has caused Tom Brady problems is pressure up the middle of the
Yes.
line of scrimmage.
Yes.
And between Ed Oliver and Starler Tui, both of those guys were very good.
He must
Both of
have
them
a
can get
vacation
pressure.
house in Niagara.
No, it's cool.
Never been.
It's cool. Never been.
You should. It's a great place, Niagara.
We did cage that by saying like this week specific, not like you like contend with him for like a championship.
No, we're
this
just saying
week.
this-
Okay,
this is
well
week
that's
4, El.
fine then.
Yeah. This is
Okay,
week 4.
then that's fine, Dan.
Chill out.
I'll give you that. Me chill out.
They were down 14-0 to the Jets, by the way.
That's Josh Allen, man.
got
Guys,
nothing.
thanks. While you were sleeping last night, we had a little baseball. Rockies and Giants. Top of the 16th, tie game. Charlie Blackmon up, 2-man on. That his 31st of the season. And what happens when our guy Charlie Blackmon does something great, including his 31st home run of the season?
It's Tony Batman! Yay! He's here! Tony Batman! Yay! Tony Batman!
That kid's got to be 16 by now.
I love it every time he says he's here. Rockies defeat the Giants in 16 innings, 8-5. Rockies and Giants used to combine 25 pitchers in their 16-inning marathon. This was the longest game since the Diamondbacks happened, outdoing 24 used by the Cards and D-backs in their 19-inning affair. So 2 games in one night used at least 24 pitchers. Did you know, according to Elias, prior to Tuesday, there had been just 2 games in MLB history that featured 24 pitchers.
Coming up on an all-new hour of SportsCenter AM, will Carson Wentz be getting some help against Green Bay? We've got the expectations for the return of 2 injured receivers when we go over to ESPN.
Humira patients, you inspire us. The way you triumph over adversity and live your lives. That's why we redesigned Humira. We wanted to make the experience better for you. Now there's less pain immediately following injection. We've reduced the size of the needle and removed the citrate buffers. And it has the same effectiveness you know and trust. Humira citrate-free is here. A little change can make a big difference.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like